The officials are Paul Mahalik, Ken Maurer, and Monty McCutcheon. The Knicks on the road have won their last 7, 12 up and 8 down overall. The Charlotte Hornets, who have lost 3 straight, have lost their last 2 here at home. A record of 15-5 at the Coliseum. They last played on Wednesday night, losing to Atlanta here in Charlotte, 103-96, although Alonzo Mourning had a strong game with 36 points. The 3-game losing streak, losses to Atlanta, the Lakers, and they lost to the Timberwolves by 17 points. As the pass comes to Charles Smith, we get a whistle for a foul against the Hornets. It's on Larry Johnson. Monty Williams, Patrick Ewing, Charles Smith on the front line with Derek Harper and John Starks in the backcourt. Ewing with the drop step, and he's called for a travel. So the ball goes to Charlotte.
I don't think there's an opponent who knows Patrick Ewing's game better than Alonzo Mourning, and the same goes for Ewing to Mourning. So each player will try and show the other guy something a little different, perhaps.
And Alonzo had a very solid game in New York. 27 points, 18 rebounds, the recovery by Hawkins, and Johnson gives the Hornets a 2-0 lead. Larry Johnson shooting very well as of late. Twisted an ankle a couple of games back, but he says he's all right. He's come back from a number of injuries and ailments, including that severe back problem. John Starks getting it back to Patrick Ewing. And Foulkes pushes it down. Mourning. So Alonzo overshooting on that first attempt. Monty Williams being guarded by Scott Burrell, who also has gone the other way as of late after the fast start. Just a minute and a half gone by. And the Knicks are trailing 2-0.
Knicks presenting some good spacing out there, trying to find holes in the defense as they have been doing so well lately.
The Hornets have won the last 2 meetings against the Knicks, 4 of the last 5. Here is Starks over the backboard, so Charlotte gets it back. John Starks last night against the Clippers had a very quiet game. 30 minutes, took only 4 shots, hit 1, and that was that 3-pointer from straight away that went off glass. I don't think that was the shot that Starks intended, but he did not give it back.
On that last jump shot, John was quite a bit off balance.
Make it 4-0 for Charlotte, as Scott Burrell was able to get inside. At one point, the Knicks had won 6 straight against the Hornets here at the Coliseum. Charles Smith, and back comes Foulkes. 3-on-1 develops. Burrell ahead of the field, able to field that pass that was overthrown, and then Burrell lost it. Starks on the pull-up. 3, yes. John Starks from downtown.
On that play, John had a good look at the basket and was spacing it comfortably, and he certainly has the support of Pat Riley in taking those shots as they come down court before the offense and defense get set.
Hornets 4 and the Knicks 3. Burrell working down low. Mourning, who does like to shoot from the outside, kicked it. And last touch by the Knicks. Paul Mahalik says deflected out by New York.
Every time Mourning drives, he expects to get a foul call in his favor. He leads this team in foul shots. He draws them a lot.
6 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Hawkins trying to use the pick. Could not. Just did get it off. Very tough for Hersey Hawkins to set up for himself. Burrell breaks it up. It will be Nick Ball. Last night, the Knicks, in a thoroughly lackluster game, beat the Los Angeles Clippers 87-74. Here's Ewing. And Pat Riley very candid about the type of game. And listening to the post-game news conference last night, making the point that the Knicks cannot play in the same manner. That's foul called on Bogues against the upcoming competition tonight against Charlotte. And then Sunday afternoon, the Knicks are back home to take on the Phoenix Suns. Remember, the Knicks lost in Phoenix back in mid-December by 21. Never in that game.
Last night, Marv, the Knicks shooting 36% certainly didn't give Pat Riley reason to smile that much. They've got to do a much better job percentage-wise from the field tonight.
Well, they've opened up hitting 2 of their first 6 shots. Larry Johnson with his second field goal. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Charles Smith has to think about putting some pressure on Larry Johnson, make him do something different, like putting the ball on the floor.
Charles Smith 0 for his first 3. Here's Burrell given the room. Bogues. And a foul is called. Call being made by Ken Mauer against the Knicks. It's on Harper.
Charles Smith has had 2 lovely drives to the basket in his first 2 moves, and he's playing against a much shorter player in Larry Johnson, but he just hasn't been jamming that ball through the hole and really going up strong enough to the basket.
They double up on Johnson. Johnson to the spin. The Hornets 6 and the Knicks 5. Here's the double team from Johnson. It allows the open shot for Monty Williams. Burrell rebound. Mourning gets it inside for Johnson.
Easy basket for Charlotte. Patrick Ewing allowed that position inside by Larry Johnson.
Hornets 8 and the Knicks 5. Charles Smith again getting inside but cannot convert.
There's not enough ferocity at the end of that move by Charles.
Oh, pass. Bogues for the cutting Burrell. And it's Charlotte with a 10. 5 late, and Pat Riley is upset. He wants a timeout. 6-0 run by the Hornets, and they hear it from the crowd. 6:45 remaining in the first.
Stay tuned after most Knicks and Rangers home games and hear from some of the biggest stars in sports and showbiz. Mike Francesa and Kathleen Murphy host live from the play-by-play right here on MSG.
Soon will be the NBA's all-time assist man, John Stockton. Muggsy Bogues always looking up, looking to throw that pass inside. He found Burrell on one of the hoops already.
Back live, Charles Smith missing on that foul line jump shot, so he's missed his first 5 shots. Monty Williams able to convert as the Knicks control the boards. And the Hornets now lead 10-7. 6:20 remaining in this first quarter. Smith coming out to help on Bogues. Burrell for 3. Scott Burrell started the season on fire from three-point range. Coming into tonight, he hit only 2 of his last 24. Ewing, who was surprised to get that close and then not able to put it away.
He was distracted, however, by Mourning's presence.
It counts, and the foul. Larry Johnson doing it in traffic.
I have to say, Marv, if Charles Smith, who was quoted after the first meeting about remembering what happened as this guy, Larry Johnson, smiled a lot and had a lot of fun, you'd expect a little anger, a little higher energy than Charles Smith has shown here to Larry Johnson in the opening minutes. Charles looks a little indifferent almost.
Larry Johnson off to a fast start. 4 of 5 from the field. He has 9 points, and Charles Smith has been replaced by Anthony Mason. Anthony Mason playing very well as a play. Beautiful pass from Ewing. Williams could not hit. Hawkins bothered by Starks. Morning from Hawkins. And we're seeing a host of deficiencies by the Knicks here defensively at the start. Hornets now lead 15-7.
Inside the foul line, the Knicks are getting killed. It's not happening on long jump shots. It's happening inside.
11-2 run by Charlotte. Starks missing on the three. Monty Williams keeps it alive. Here's Starks. He challenged Morning. Bogues pushing it down. And broken up by Hoffer. Robert Parrish, your Knicks game night interview subject, checking in for the first time. Parrish played only 1 minute on Wednesday night in the game against the Atlanta Hawks. The 41-year-old Robert Parrish replacing Larry Johnson. Bogues. Well, the Hornets off to a hot start. 8 for 13 from the field. The Knicks are only 3 of 15, and the Hornets now lead 17-7. Monty Williams for 3. Patrick Ewing on the follow, and for Ewing, his second bucket.
That's the kind of energy the teammates of Patrick Ewing have got to put forth now.
Well, Alan Bristow calling for time with 4:21 remaining in this opening quarter.
You may have
Larry celebrated in Madison Square Garden in front of the Knicks crowd and in front of the Knicks team. After that celebration, Charles Smith had something to say about it. Charles pointing out how theatrical they were, but they was really Larry Johnson. Charles saying it's something to remember the next time we play them. I don't think Charles remembered coming into this game tonight. He's on the bench now with an 0 for 5 start and not the high energy that the Charlotte Hornets are putting forth.
Yes, that's the complaint regarding the Hornets during the course of this 3-game losing streak. The Hornets losing 4 of the last 6. Alan Bristow felt they had to be re-energized, and they've come out strong in this first quarter. The Hornets 17 and the Knicks 9. Just under 4 to go in the first. Bogues' pass deflected, saved by Morning. And Morning pops from the outside. So the Hornets are staying with the combination of Alonzo Mourning and Robert Parrish. So Mourning is, in effect, the power forward with Larry Johnson getting a rest.
That big lineup now puts a lot of pressure on Anthony Mason.
Scott Burrell stripping Patrick Ewing. Parrish. And rebounded by Burrell, who gets inside. Here comes Hopper. It's a 3-on-2. Starks stopped by Hawkins. Hawkins with the block. Here's Hawkins wide open for 3. The Hornets 22 and the Knicks 9.
Well, they have to make some changes. He needs more energy in there.
18-4 run by Charlotte. Starks for 3. John Starks knocks down the shot from downtown. That's his second 3-pointer. And the Hornets now lead 22-12. Mentioned earlier that many Knicks players and the coaching staff made the point that it will count. And the foul on Ewing, who is upset. And he's hit with a technical. And he better be careful.
Somebody better get in front of Patrick and get him away.
Now Hoffer does just that. The young official, Monty McCutcheon, making the call, then slapping the technical on Ewing. The technical foul will be taken by Muggsy Bogues. Charlotte is the best free throw shooting team in the league, and Muggsy one of the best.
Patrick wanting a long explanation. Now you'll see a bump here. There it is. Continuation play. And Patrick has greater sensitivity because this man is one of his closest friends, and he wants to outplay him. You know that. There's a lot of ego at stake here between these two players.
Anthony Bonner has checked in. He's come on for the first time, as has Hubert Davis. John Starks sitting down along with Monty Williams. Hornets 26 and the Knicks 12. The steal by Hawkins. Hopper back. Good play by Hopper to break it up. Hawkins had Bogues to his left.
Hawkins made a great play himself, though, anticipating where the pass was going.
The Knicks only 5 of 19 shooting. In contrast, the Hornets have hit 11 of 19. I mentioned the concern on the part of the Knicks coaching staff regarding the Knicks coming out in the same manner as they did last night. Larry Johnson drew the foul. The fact that they're not going to get away with that type of performance against a quality team like Charlotte. Well, they have come out in similar fashion, but they're not playing the Los Angeles Clippers.
They're not playing with the defensive energy that will come forth at some point in the game, although, you know, Coach Riley hopes that it happens fast and not until the fourth quarter. And, of course, their shooting is poor, but a lot of it is a function, too, Marv, of the rush shots. Being satisfied with whatever shot a player can get instead of really a terrific shot.
Charlotte with a 27-12 lead. The Knicks with 6 straight wins, 14 the last 15. Illegal defense called for the first time against the Hornets.
When Ewing gets the ball, the flow by the defense is to cover that middle area there. Muggsy Bogues was an illegal defensive player on that play. Floating in, his man was way outside.
Hopper for 3. And it comes to Ewing. So another opportunity for the Knicks, who are trying to get back into it with the three-point shot. Starks has hit a couple. Hopper again for 3. Yes. So Derek Hopper from downtown. And the Hornets now lead 27-15.
I couldn't believe the sight of Robert Parrish becoming a double-team man, running to double-team Ewing instead of guarding him.
And Bogues with an answer. Scoreboard here at the arena incorrect. They have not flashed the now they've just made the change. They finally gave the Knicks credit for the three-pointer. Not exactly beautiful passing on that sequence, although Ewing did get off the open shot. Mourning will go to the line. The Hornets spotting the mismatch.
But Harper wouldn't allow him to dunk. You know, that's what Mourning wanted to do.
This is a Charlotte team that began the season at 0-3, and they had a very difficult preseason, hit by injuries and ailments, playing in Paris, playing in Italy, and that man had a very difficult preseason health-wise. Coach Alan Bristow affected, suffering a serious kidney infection that at one time was considered life-threatening. And then they were able to pick it up, turn things around after the 0-3 start. But recently, the 3 straight losses and 4 out of the last 6. But overall, John, they have won 10 of the last 14.
And particularly tough here at home, where their record is 15-5, third best record in the Eastern Conference on the home court.
Hornets 29 and the Knicks 15. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Hopper working on Bogues. Rebound Mason, knocked away by Bogues. The lead for Johnson. Oh, what a slam by Larry Johnson.
I think Muggsy knows exactly where to give the ball to Larry in those situations. He certainly did it perfectly then.
Now to 15 seconds in the first. And this crowd on its feet. The Hornets with a 31-15 lead. Ewing for 3 with 3 seconds left in the quarter. Patrick Ewing hitting on his third, and Bogues comes right back. A Moxie Bogues going blast from downtown. What a finish to this opening quarter for Bogues. Only his 4th three-pointer of the season. After one, the Hornets 34 and the Knicks 18.
Toyota, and by Coca-Cola. Always jammin', always Coca-Cola.
The Hornets come in tonight having lost their last 3, 2 at home, but it's a different story after one. MCS Cannon, let us show you the possibilities. Now it's time for the MCS Cannon Great Teamwork Play. Charlotte Hornets are moving the ball so beautifully. They've had the doldrums lately here in Charlotte, but tonight Muggsy Bogues to Larry Johnson for a slam dunk typifies the play and the fine team play of this team after one quarter. A long one-handed shot, three-point range from Muggsy Bogues. You get the feeling that Derek Harper dared him to do it, and Muggsy did it and loved it and celebrated along with his teammate Larry Johnson.
So the Hornets with a 34-18 lead on the Knicks. As we open up in the second quarter, Michael Adams and Joe Wolf have stepped onto the court. For the Hornets is Adams, and rebounded by Mason. Hopper and Davis in the backcourt. Ewing, Mason, and Bonner up front. The Knicks only 7 of 24. Adams with the steal. 7 of 24 shooting for the Knicks in the first quarter. Adams, who loves to fire away from three-point range, launching that one.
Well, I don't know if that was a steal or Patrick Ewing just couldn't handle that pass that came in quickly to him.
And you saw the hot shooting number for Charlotte. 14 of 22. Parrish rebounds. Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning. Here's Johnson. Johnson and Mourning combining for 19 points on 8 of 10 shooting. Hubert Davis getting inside and able to hit a nice running hook.
Yes, he had Robert Parrish next to him. Now, the Knicks have to be concerned greatly with their transition defense. They have been beaten down court, causing mismatches in favor of Charlotte many times.
Del Curry. Quick release by Del Curry. Hornets lead 36-20. Most points scored against the Knicks in one quarter this season, 37. In the earlier game in Phoenix, they give up 34 to Charlotte here in the first quarter. It will be Nick Ball, Charles Smith, and John Starks check back in. John Starks with 2 from downtown. Charles Smith 0 for 5 from the field.
Charles Smith will now have the opportunity to play with his back to the basket down low instead of facing it as a forward. He started out with an 0 for 5 in the first quarter.
And a foul is called as Davis tried to squeeze through the combination of Parrish and Curry, and it's Curry called for the block. A couple of former Los Angeles Clippers, Charles Smith and Joe Wolf, matched up against each other. Joe Wolf back in the NBA side as a free agent, spent last year overseas in the Spanish League. Here's Smith putting the move on Wolf. It counts, and the foul, a blocking foul on Wolf.
Very nice shot by Charles. Difficult, too, in that he was driving left and had to come back and turn his right hand into the defender. And he still was able to do it as Wolf didn't challenge the shot. Charles more effective, it seems, on shots like that than he is directly into the basket.
The Hornets 36 and the Knicks 22. The Knicks shooting 9 for 27. While the Hornets have had the hot hand, 15 of 26 from the field. And away from the ball, foul is called on Mason.
Anthony Mason will not allow Larry Johnson all the space he wants. He was battling him for position. That's going to be a terrific matchup as long as Mason doesn't get in foul trouble.
The Charlotte Hornets last season finished at 500. They were really hit hard by injury. Another foul is called. Johnson put the move on. It's Mason again. Last season, Charlotte at 41-41. They were 5th in the Central. Did not make the playoffs. Alonzo Mourning severely criticized because he was suspended for one game, the result of that fight with Luke Longley of Chicago. That could have cost the Hornets a playoff spot.
Hornets go right back to Larry Johnson, seeing if they can get Mason in foul trouble big time, having just gotten 2 quick ones. That's what they want to happen.
Johnson checking the shot clock. Beautifully done by Larry Johnson. Nice turnaround move. And the Hornets now lead by 16. Johnson has 14 points. He's hit on 6 of 8 from the field. Now Mason being played by Parrish. Yes. Anthony Mason with his first field goal.
That's a terrific move because he had to look over the 7-foot Parrish to get that shot off and in.
Hornets lead 38-24. Johnson for 3. Oh, he is on fire. Doing it in every phase. Larry Johnson extends to a 17-point Hornet lead. And Wolf is called for the foul. Wolf trying to beat Smith to position. And he picks up his 2nd foul. Joe Wolf, a guy who has made the rounds, played with the Clippers, Denver, Boston, Portland, originally a #1 draft pick of the Los Angeles Clippers back in 1987. Here is Smith. So again, Charles on the drive, and again he is fouled. Ken Mauer trying to check out Joe Wolf's number. I would think it has become a very recognizable number because that is number 3 committed by Wolf.
On that last offensive setup in half-court offense, John Starks missed a pass opportunity into Mason, then went over to Mason because Mason gave him quite a look and patted him on the back, then just followed him out to half-court, as you just saw, and talked a little bit, assuring Anthony Mason that missed pass opportunity was not deliberate.
Now Scott Farrell replaces Joe Wolf, who picked up a very quick 3 personal fouls. For the Knicks, only their 2nd and 3rd free throws of the half. The Hornets 41 and the Knicks 26. A slow start by the Knicks, particularly defensively in this first half. Offensive foul. John Starks tripped up, tried to fight through the screen, and was fouled by Del Curry. Starks gets it down in a hurry to Davis. Hubert Davis was wide open, and the Hornets now lead 41-28. So Hubert has hit on his first 2 shots. Parrish with a force. Air ball handled by Starks. Shovels to Mason. Mason. Rebounded by Mason. And a foul against the Hornets.
Well, Mason's bringing to the Knicks what they need. Anger, energy, determination. John Starks shoveling that pass into Mason. Works his way inside. There's 3 Hornets around him, but he comes down with that basketball.
You know, those are the 3 elements you bring every night to the telecast. Anger, determination, what did you say? Energy. There it is, John.
I forgot already.
It was so well expressed.
Marv, I'm happy you're listening. Good to have you with me.
Robert Parrish called for that last foul, and now he sits down, replaced by Alonzo Mourning. Well, Mason not able to hit at the line, and a loose ball foul is charged to Bonner. But the Knicks, after starting out 7 for 25 from the field, have hit 4 of their last 5, perhaps showing some signs. They're now down by 13. Starks picks up that foul. And a technical foul was called on John Starks, who was a bit over-exuberant, but that's one that could have been let. That could have gone right by the boards, but the official felt that he was embarrassed by John jumping up.
The bump by John Starks resulted in that ball going out of bounds, and John Felt it was more of his defensive prowess. Take another look at it now. Actually, in the replay, it looks like John Starks was the one who was pushed by the left hand of Curry.
John Starks just went over to the official, Ken Maurer, called the tee and said, "I'm sorry, my fault." Little diplomacy being shown here.
It's nice to see.
Johnson playing the deflection.
Well, it really seems, Marv, that Larry Johnson is out there without anyone guarding him. That's what the look of this is.
He is 8 for 10. He has 19 points. And the Hornets lead by 16. 7.5 remaining in the first half. Marv Albert with John Andres. Oh, what a move by Mason, and then stopped by Burrell, and a late whistle foul call. It's on Burrell. Burrell was at midcourt, racing, looking for a fast break. And that will set Anthony Mason back to the line. So Scott Burrell is called for his first. Hornets now lead by 15. Anthony Mason turning things around, getting the opportunity with Charles Oakley on the injured list. So the last 12 games, shooting just under 70%. Has certainly done it off the boards. Season high 15 rebounds against Portland on Tuesday. Last night against the Clippers, 13 rebounds.
Anthony Mason tonight playing in his 300th career game in the NBA.
Larry Johnson with another three. That's his second three-pointer of his first half. He shoots 34% from downtown. Bad pass, and here comes Adams. Johnson for three. Here's Davis. Yes. And he stepped on the line. That's a two-pointer. So Hubert Davis, who we discussed right at the start of the telecast, providing the lift off the bench once again. He's hit his first three shots. The Hornets take a timeout with 6:29 remaining. First half. Charlotte up by 15.
If you thought you missed Toyota's giant 96-hour marathon, it's back by popular demand. You've got only 4 more days to still save on Toyota trucks and sports.
No, he did have a
Charlotte Hornets. Larry Johnson has been tearing it up lately over the last 15 games, shooting over 50%, 22 points a game, and 20-plus points in 13 of the 15. He's back to all-star form, and he hopes he will be an NBA all-star this year. He's hurting the Knicks from inside and from long range. Charles Smith was up on him pretty good on that last one. Larry, with the quick release and the long-range jumper, is offering all kinds of problems to the Knicks.
John, you know that Larry Johnson is particularly enjoying this, doing it against Pat Riley and the Knicks a couple of years ago in the All-Star game. Pat was coaching the Eastern Conference squad, and Larry Johnson upset that he did not get more playing time, and was quoted afterwards as saying, you know, the next time I play the Knicks, I might just go out and score 84 points. Mourning able to get it away in heavy traffic. Well, apparently Larry waited a couple of years. Let's see, he has 22 now, and we have 6:10 remaining in the second quarter, but he is on pace.
Certainly his best so far in the matchups against the Knicks.
Now Johnson is guarding Smith. Double team. Burrell knocks it away. Michael Adams. Johnson has had the touch from three-point range. Larry Johnson, again, that's his third, 3 of 4 from downtown. He has 25 points. Overall, he's hit 10 of 13. And the lead is now 20. Here's the double again. And Starks run into by Adams. Percy Hawkins and Muggsy Bogues returned, replacing Del Curry and Michael Adams. Michael Adams missed 32 games with a sprained hamstring. He has been playing himself back into it in recent weeks. So John Starks at the line with the Hornets over the foul limit. Charlotte Hornets trying to make it 2 out of 2 against the Knicks this season. They won at the Garden back in late November, led by the combination of Johnson and Mourning. And they are up here by 18 points in a lackluster first half by the New York Knicks. And a hot shooting first half for the Charlotte Hornets, who are 21 for 34.
Knicks came out in a way as we see Robert Parrish replacing Larry Johnson right now. Larry, who has put on a sensational performance in this game here in the first half. But the Knicks came out with an attitude, it appeared, of show me, Charlotte, we're hot. Show us what you've got. And they certainly have. And the Knicks haven't gotten their team energy to the level, anywhere near the level it has to be to contend with this Charlotte team at home.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Starks for 3. And rebounded by Hawkins. Folds with the lead. Nice catch by Mourning. And then rejected and tied up. It will be a jump ball. Alonzo accepting the rejection exceptionally well from Patrick Ewing.
Yes, actually, it was a congratulatory pat, as if to say, Pat, nice pat back of my shot, Pat.
You know, I never would have thought it expressed quite in that manner. John Starks off the tip, able to control, and then hit on a reach-in foul. It's on Burrell.
Last nice play by Ewing. Mourning trying to back in. He's forcing the shot. And wherever he went, Patrick Ewing had his hand on the ball. A little acknowledgement by Mourning to Ewing.
And Larry Johnson returns, replacing Scott Burrell. 4 points and 4 rebounds for Burrell. Scott in his second year out of the University of Connecticut. Really came out offensively at the start of the season. Did not play baseball for the first time in a long while. Over the summer, many people felt he was actually in better shape for basketball and has tailed off as of late.
Yes, he's lost a touch and his confidence also as a shooter.
Mourning getting inside as Mason fell down, and then Alonzo with a little posing.
I can't believe they allowed that. That was a taunting move if I ever saw one.
Yes, Alonzo all over Anthony Mason, and that could lead to some fireworks. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Perhaps a wake-up call for the Knicks. But first, they must hit their shots. They're down 54-35. Parrish.
See, that's defensive transition at its worst by the Knicks. I mean, Patrick Ewing was near Parrish, but he wasn't ready. He wasn't aware that that pass was going to come.
Timeout called by the Knicks.
Lunch on Sunset Boulevard? No, it's Las Vegas, a world of excitement in one amazing place.
Nobody beats Long Island Diamond prices. My dad got my mom's ring here.
Long Island Diamond saves you a lot of money.
We got the diamond we wanted at the price we wanted.
Long Island Diamond has a world-class selection of all sizes, shapes, and price ranges.
Mitsubishi unleashes the power of the price wizard.
Your price is my command, and I'm granting powerful deals.
The 95 95 Galant ES at prices you've only dreamed of. 95 Eclipses at prices you won't find in Newsday. 95 Montero leasing at hundreds less. One-Tone Mitsubishi sells and leases more in 1 month than most dealers do all year.
One-Tone Mitsubishi. Put my power to work for you.
Looking to have some remodeling work done in your home or office? Then call 1-800-REMODEL today and get in touch with the experienced people at Jarrow Building Industries. When you call Jarrow at 1-800-REMODEL, you'll be working with talented professionals who will take you through every critical step of your remodeling project, designed to fit your budget. Jarrow Builders has been providing quality remodeling work for over 29 years and offers a 3-year warranty on workmanship and materials. Call Jarrow Builders today at 1-800-REMODEL and begin to work with the best.
Here's a reminder for Rangers fans, for Monday night's game versus the Ottawa Senators only, tickets marked R28 and dated January 30th will be honored. Once again, please use tickets marked R28 and dated January 30th for Monday night's game versus the Ottawa Senators. Morning a moment ago, down low, backs in Mason. Mason's on the floor. Morning with a little dance over Mason. The official 5 feet away from Mason. They brought a new taunting rule into the NBA this year. It appears that was taunting, and that should have been noted by the official.
Charles Smith with the rebound. 3:20 to go in this first half, and the Hornets 56 and the Knicks 35. You can see the Hornet front line with the combination of Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning, what they have done against the Knicks. Illegal defense for the second time called against Charlotte, so John Starks will shoot the technical. Well, Patrick Ewing only 7 points. Charles Smith 1 for 6 from the field. Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson combining to hit 15 of 20 from the field for 36 points. 25 by Johnson. Ewing. And rebounded by Parrish.
Just no pressure by the Knicks forwards on their offensive boards. Oh, Charles Oakley, are you listening? Certain games, the absence of Oakley becomes quite visible.
Hawkins for 3. And Ewing rebound. Charles making an appearance at the Garden last night, sitting on the Knicks bench. Mason with a nice drive. And the Hornets now lead 56-38. 34% shooting by the Knicks. Hornets now 23 for 39. Alonzo Mourning has 13 points. And it's Charlotte 58 and New York 38. Ewing. Well, Patrick Ewing with his 4th field goal. He is 4 of 9 from the field. And following tonight, the Knicks look forward to the Phoenix Suns. Charles Barkley and friends coming to Madison Square Garden Sunday afternoon. Phoenix tonight playing at the Spectrum in Philadelphia and actually trailing the 76ers at the half, 57-55. Mourning for 3. Alonzo Mourning with only his 2nd 3-point field goal of the season. Smith rebounded by Ewing, and he's fouled. He was stripped by Bowles. The Hornets have hit 6 of 10 from beyond the 3-point line. Del Curry is back. Robert Parrish will sit down. Parrish 1 for 4. Only 2 points, but pulled down 4 rebounds.
Robert Parrish playing an average of 17 minutes a game for Charlotte, has been an important contributor in his quiet way this year.
Although in recent games has not done much. Played only a minute the other night.
Well, you look at the matchup with Ewing and Mourning in 6 regular season games of Mourning's 3-year career. Ewing has held the edge edge in the scoring department, and Mourning an edge in the rebounding department.
And Ewing's Knicks have won 4 of the 6 games. But tonight, it's a 20-point lead for the Hornets as we come up on 1 minute to go in the first half. Bad pass from Hawkins. Ewing from Starks. Nicely done. John Starks on target with Patrick Ewing. And the Knicks are now down by 18.
There haven't been many misses in the first half with Charlotte, so the Knicks haven't had break opportunities. That was the rare one, it seems, in the first half.
Larry Johnson feeling for Charles Smith. Rebound, Alonzo Mourning. And the foul is called. The Knicks wanted a traveling violation. Hubert Davis, who had come over to help out, was called for the personal.
Pat Riley, who has been getting so much from his team of late. The team has been on such a major role, and it's collapsed here in the first half tonight. The energy level, it seems the interest, the willingness to play just isn't there compared to the team that has lost 3 in a row coming in tonight. Charlotte, before their home crowd, who has been disappointed twice out of the last 3 games in home losses, has come out with great pride and efficiency. Played so well.
Well, you go back to the game Tuesday night at the Garden against Portland, and Pat Riley was wondering, how did we win that game? He was not satisfied with that performance. The Knicks knocking off the Trailblazers, and certainly the Knicks would like to forget about what took place last night, an 87-74 win over the woeful Los Angeles Clippers. And the Knicks came out here in the first half with the same type of ball that they demonstrated last night, but they're playing a better ball club. And the Charlotte Hornets, a much better team. Charles Smith with his second field goal. And the Hornets now lead 62-45. And Bogues checking the clock. Final seconds of the half. Down to 3. Down to 1. And it's an offensive foul. Paul Mahalik with the call on Muggsy Bogues. And the clock shows 7/10 of a second remaining. Let's see if they adjust that.
Muggsy came at Paul Mahalik, but with a big smile on his face. That's the Charlotte style, you know.
And that is the end of the half. Here at the Charlotte Coliseum at halftime, it's the Hornets 62 and the Knicks 45. Larry Johnson with 25 of the 62 Charlotte points. Johnson 10 of 14 from the field. He's at 3 of 4 from downtown. Mike Crispino at the MSG Sports Desk will be checking in with Mike in a moment.
The house is
better second quarter for the Knicks. Did pick it up a bit, but still trailing badly at halftime. The Knicks led by Patrick Ewing, 5 of 10 from the field, 12 points. John Starks, only 2 of 80 is 10 points because 2 have come from downtown. And John, of note in the stat sheet as I pour over it, 19 assists for the Hornets in the first half. Knicks with 11. A terrific half for Charlotte.
Yes, they shot the ball so well, so the assists mounted up. It's hard to believe that this first half featured a Hornet team that was out-rebounded by 18 against Atlanta the other night, and a team that lost to Minnesota 3 games ago. They've really made a gigantic turnaround in the first half.
And they lost to Minnesota by 17, and they've dropped their last 2 at home. Alan Bristow complaining about the lack of energy. That's not the case here tonight. And the spark has been supplied by Larry Johnson.
Yes, Larry with a sensational first half. He got everything into the repertoire, inside, outside. Anthony Mason working on him. Couldn't deal with that fall-away jump shot. I don't think many people can, actually, when the man's falling away like that. Larry also getting a pass from Muggsy Bogues in a fast break situation where he was all alone under the basket, and he made the most of that lead pass. Took it a long way for that slam dunk. Larry was unstoppable for the Knicks tonight. 10 field goals in the first half. Even got a lucky bounce in the first half for one of his 10 field goals. And as the second quarter got going, Larry started going even longer. That was one of his make that three-point shots in the first half.
And Larry Johnson, 10 of 14 from the field overall. Charlotte Hornets trying to stop a 3-game losing streak. The Knicks have won their last 6 and 14 of the last 15, but the Knicks are down by 17 as we head to the second half.
If you're shopping around for a new car, it makes perfect sense to visit the one dealership that displays the most popular brands. Hi, I'm Bob Neisner for all my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep in Roslyn. Whether you want to buy or lease a brand new Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, or Eagle, you're sure to find what you're looking for when you visit East Hills Chrysler Jeep. It's the one place you'll find a complete inventory without disappointment. And when it comes to price, you'll find my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep very, very customer friendly.
Nobody beats Long Island Diamond prices. My dad got my mom's ring here.
Long Island Diamond saves you a lot of money.
We got the diamond we wanted at the price we wanted.
Long Island Diamond has a world-class selection of all sizes, shapes, and price ranges.
And by Mobile, helping you move faster with Mobile Pay at the Pump.
Back at the Charlotte Coliseum, capacity crowd better than 23,000 on hand. The 255th straight sellout at the Coliseum. That's the 5th longest current streak in the NBA. And the Knicks trailing by 17. A reminder, tickets for the Rangers-Ottawa game this Monday are now on sale at the Garden box office and through Ticketmaster. In addition, a limited number of Ranger tickets for the remainder of the season will go on sale on Tuesday morning, January the 31st at 10 a.m. at the Garden box office. At Ticketmaster outlets, and Ticketmaster charge by phone can be done at 212-307-7171. 212-307-7171. A look at the stat sheet in the first half. The Knicks only 39%, 16 of 41 shooting, while Charlotte at 25 of 42. LJ, incidentally, that's Larry Johnson, John. Just want to clear it up to see the three-point shooting.
Thank you very much.
Our guy's becoming very familiar. LJ. So the third quarter is underway. LJ popping for 3 again. 4 for 5 for Larry Johnson from downtown.
This is looming to be one of the great offensive performances in the NBA this year.
Starks for 3. John Starks answering Larry Johnson. Johnson now has 28 points. Starks with 13. And the Hornet lead remains at 17.
Well, the Knicks now in a position where they have to play for pride and also establish once again the kind of basketball they can play. You know they don't want to leave here in a down situation like they presented in the first half.
Lonnie Williams trying to help out on the double team. And he is called for his first.
Our Toyota matchup of the evening, Ewing and Mourning. Mourning doing the job big time. 7 out of 9 from the field. Ewing hanging in there, though, with 7 rebounds and 12 points.
Also 3 blocked shots by Ewing. Beautiful move by Johnson. Beating Smith off the dribble. 30 points. for Larry Johnson.
Did you just hear a Tarzan call from the...
yes, I believe we did.
From the hive here?
Yes.
That's a new one.
Here's Smith, rejected by Mourning and tied up. Alonzo Mourning with his first block. And here comes Doug Christie, a man who has not played very much. Checking in, replacing Monty Williams. Doug Christie appearing in only his third game as a New York Knick. Doug Christie, the one-time Los Angeles Laker. And the matchup is Christie and Burrell. Three-pointer for Scott Burrell.
You know, Marv, it's amazing. You come into Charlotte today. We picked up the Charlotte Observer, scanned it for the story of the game tonight, what to expect, and all the things that Charlotte was calling for have happened here in this game so far, particularly outside shooting. This team has been shooting so poorly lately, and they have just turned it around totally.
Anthony Mason replacing Charles Smith. It's curious, though, about your body language on the subject of purchasing the Charlotte Observer. As you know, when we travel, and Mike Green from WFAN is usually with us, if we allow it. As Patrick Ewing is able to hit, Mike has earned certain rights, but you kind of hang back when we hit the newsstand. For some reason, either Mike or myself end up picking up the cost of paper or magazines. I don't know. You seem to have mastered this, though. You have it down. Today it was Mike.
Today Mike did a very, very nice thing. He picked up the papers for the three of us. I gave him the quarterback later.
Yeah. Percy Hawkins called on that foul. There's Mike working with Walt Clyde Frazier. Mike being screened out by Pat Riley. Hawkins with the steal. Hawkins eluding Starks. And Mason able to color the rebound. Hornets lead by 20 points. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Doug Christie in a rare appearance and able to hit.
He seems to want to break out. Of course, he has gotten virtually no playing time with the Knicks. And the one he had last time in New York, he got a lot of shots up in a few minutes. But it certainly is good to see Christie.
That was only a second field goal as a Knick. Mourning. Alonzo Mourning shaking his head as if he cannot believe the way he's been hitting from the outside. Last time Doug Christie played, it was garbage time against the Nets. In fact, both previous appearances against the Nets, one at the Garden, one at the Meadowlands, and a foul was called before that shot attempt. Foul called on Mourning. It is only his first.
You can see how interested in contesting Ewing Mourning is on that foul. He was right up there knocking that shot away.
Doug Christie has made it back from surgery on his left ankle. Ewing shooting. Yes. The Hornets 72 and the Knicks 54. Hobbs and Hawkins in the backcourt. Mourning, Burrell, Johnson up front. Christie knocked it away from Burrell, and Starks puts it away. So Doug Christie with the good play, leading to the fast break, and now Charlotte will take a timeout. 7:47 remaining in the third. It's the Hornets 72, the Knicks 56.
We sold over 1
Knicks go to Philadelphia. Those Knicks game nights, Golden State and Philadelphia, starting at 7 p.m. Nice defensive play by Christie, who has been subject of a lot of question as to the fact if he can play Knicks-style defense. John Starks on a finish after that nice steal by Christie, who also got a field goal along the way thus far.
And the Knicks have hit 5 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. They opened up the game hitting 7 of 25 shots, but since then they've picked it up. 14 of 23. Since then, Larry Johnson off the fake with a rare miss, and Starks on the ball.
There is a feeling, too, looking at the Knicks now, that the defense is a lot different. They're getting tighter and tougher.
Loose ball foul called on Ewing. And for Ewing, it is his second. And apparently there was some confusion on the call. One official indicated Ewing. And now Paul Mahalik discussing it. And now the correction is made. That was the call. So it is a foul on Ewing, as mentioned. Apparently the public address had another call. 16-point lead by the Hornets. Nice backdoor pass. Johnson for Hawkins.
That's a beautiful play. The defensive man, Starks, wasn't looking at where the ball was.
Hornets 74 and the Knicks 56. Mason drawing the double team. Christie got the step. Challenges Mourning and draws the foul. Protected the ball well. And then he got hit by the shoulder of Mourning.
Nice ball movement by the Knicks. Ewing giving the ball up unselfishly, and Christie going in, putting his body between the ball and the man, drawing the foul. Talking to my old coach before the game, Marv, as you know, John Bach, now a member of the staff here of the Charlotte Hornets. And John looking at Doug Christie with envy. There's the youthful John Bach. He said he liked Christie a lot. He really had an envious tone in his voice, and a lot of it traced to the size. John feels that the bigger guards these days bring a lot to a team. There's so many 6'7" guards in the NBA these days, and John thought that Doug Christie will bring a lot to the Knicks because of his size.
Johnny Bach, a member of the Chicago Bulls coaching staff for a number of years, a staff that helped guide the Bulls to 3 NBA championships. Hawkins for 3. Johnny Bach, one-time head coach at Fordham, and in his first year as an assistant under Alan Bristow here with Charlotte. Mason, the save by Johnson, kept alive by Starks. Here's Ewing challenging Parrish and drawing the foul. So Ewing will go to the line.
Christie has big-time energy and can put himself into many situations. He was part of that ball, the success of the Knicks getting that ball rather back in play for another opportunity to score.
Doug Christie had not played the last 5 games. Hornets 77 and the Knicks 58. And Pat Riley making the move early third quarter, taking out Monty Williams and bringing on Doug Christie. And the matchup continues with, well, now Christie has switched off to Larry Johnson. Mourning. So the ball goes to the Knicks. Alan Bristow, as he did in the first half, going now with the combination of Mourning and Parrish, and he has Johnson at the other forward position, Hawkins and Bogues in the backcourt. Christie passed on the outside shot, went to the drive, and rejected twice on that sequence. Bogues putting the speed on. Christie tried to knock it away and ended up on the floor. And And then Muggsy resets. Shot clock at 6.
Tough matchup for Christie with Larry Johnson. Ewing comes over to help.
That was a 3-point attempt by Mourning with the shot clock running down. Ewing, nice fake, and lost the handle. Mason with the recovery. Mason with the spin. Rebounded by Mourning.
That's the kind of shot that normally goes in for Mason.
Muggsy getting the crowd going with the ball handling. 7 on the 24. It is still Christie against Johnson. Down to 1. 1 on the 24 and an illegal defense call. So the Hornets were bailed out with 1 on the 24-second. Illegal defense against the Knicks.
The Ewing went to double team, left his man, and then stopped to go back. When you start that to double team, you've got to go right to the man with the ball and double team him. You can't be caught halfway. I believe that's what the call was.
That's the first violation for the Knicks. So a new 24 for the Charlotte Hornets. 4:35 remaining in the third quarter. Starks with the steal. Ewing bottled up and fouled. He had very little space between the combination of Mourning and Parrish. And the foul on Parrish is third.
The Knicks had 0 steals in the first half to show you where their defensive intensity was. That steal by John Stark brought a new look to the Knicks defense. Nice play by him.
Ewing is 3 of 5 at the line.
Alan Briscoe pacing the sidelines. He knows when his team or any team gets a big lead early, it becomes tough in the latter part of the game. It's tough for Charlotte to stay sharp after they've established their vast superiority as they have.
Hornets by 17. They have led virtually all the way. Mourning gets inside. Broken up by Hawkins. Christie tried to hit Starks on the move, and Johnson is fouled. Fouled by Christie.
Nice exchange there with Christie and Larry Johnson.
Pat Riley has just been hit with a technical foul. Pat Riley very upset and has been ejected. Pat Riley has been ejected. And seemingly calm fashion heads back to the dressing room.
Doug Christie with that long pass intercepted. Muggsy Bogues will pick it up. Throw that ball to Larry Johnson. Johnson gets fouled now by Doug Christie. Christie with a little didn't mean to hurt you, and a response, very gentlemanly response by Larry Johnson. They both patted each other. Meantime, in the process of that, Jeff Van Gundy got a new job. He'll finish the game as the Knicks head coach.
Double technicals on Riley, who has been tossed for the first time since 2 seasons back in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Monty McCutcheon, the young official, throwing out Pat Riley. So Jeff Van Gundy and Jeff Knicks running the club, but no question it is Jeff Van Gundy's ball club right here. Timeout taken. 4 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the third.
Nobody beats Long Island Diamond prices. My dad got my mom's ring here.
Long Island Diamond saves you a lot of money.
We got the diamond we wanted at the price we wanted.
Long Island Diamond has a world-class selection of all sizes, shapes, and price ranges.
Everything Jeep is in plentiful supply right here at East Hills Jeep Eagle in Roslyn. Hi, I'm Bob Nystrom for my good friends at East Hills Jeep Eagle in Roslyn. Whether you want to buy or lease the luxurious and practical Jeep Grand Cherokee or the sporty Jeep Wrangler, the car that legends are made of, you're certain to find the best deals anywhere right here at East Hills Jeep Eagle in Roslyn. East Hills Jeep Eagle in Roslyn. Big selection, low prices, and plenty of smiling faces.
Looking to have some remodeling work done in your home or office? Then call 1-800-REMODEL today and get in touch with the experienced people at Jarrow Building Industries. When you call Jarrow at 1-800-REMODEL, you'll be working with talented professionals who will take you through every critical step of your remodeling project, designed to fit your budget. Jarrow Builders has been providing quality remodeling work for over 29 years and offers a 3-year warranty on workmanship and materials. Call Jarrow Builders today at 1-800-REMODEL and begin to work with the best.
Well, assistant coach Jeff Van Gundy has moved over one seat. Pat Riley ejected moments ago. Pat not happy at all, and he made it clear. Almost caught a right to the cheek, too, as the official put his arm up to signal, "That's all, Pat," with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Now Jeff Van Gundy takes over.
Jeff Van Gundy, 33 years old. Lane violation is called. Joined the Knicks back in 1989 after serving as an assistant coach under Bob Wenzel at Rutgers. Lane violation by the Knicks, providing another free throw for Larry Johnson. Prior to that one season at Rutgers, Jeff Van Gundy served on the coaching staff at Providence College for 2 years. He was a graduate assistant under Rick Pitino in the Friars Final Four season. And then the following year was an assistant under Gordon Chiesa, who now is an assistant coach with the Utah Jazz. And he's from a coaching family. His dad, Bill Van Gundy, coaching over 3 decades, and his 12th season as a head coach at Genesee Community College. And his brother Stan, in his first year as head coach at the University of Wisconsin, taking over from Stu Jackson, who's now GM of the expansion Vancouver team. That's a 3 for John Starks. And the Hornets up 80-63. And John, do you think Pat Riley is thinking now, will I do the Pat Riley post-game news conference, or will it be Jeff? You think that thought has crossed his mind?
I don't think it has yet, but I'll tell you, Marv, if the Knicks pull this game out and win, I think it will. I think he'll have Jeff out there in front of him. Jeff hasn't taken long, though, to get up off the chair and work the sidelines.
3 minutes to go in the third, and the Knicks are down by 17. Shot clock at 1. Mason releasing, just did get it off.
Knicks shooting 39% for the game to 56, plus that jump shot. 56% for Charlotte.
Well, Scott Burrell trying to relocate the touch from 3-point range, and he's given the Hornets a 20-point lead. Hubert Davis getting set to come on. Mason from Ewing. Hornets 83 and the Knicks 65. The Hornets just swept by the Knicks in the first quarter. They led 34-18. The Knicks did pick up the shooting in the second quarter, but Charlotte has been able to maintain the big lead. They've led by as many as 22. Shot clock at 4. Johnson played by Mason. Stripped. There have not been many stops tonight by the Knicks. That was one of them. Last touch by Charlotte, and it will be Nick Ball. Here's Hubert Davis along with Del Curry coming on. And Davis Davis comes on for Christie. Christie getting some quality playing time. 1 for 4 from the field and 1 for 2 from the line. Christie.
Mason very upset about not getting the pass as he ran hard down court after that steal he made. So much so that Patrick Ewing went over to him and said a few words to him.
Illegal defense against the Hornets. And the Knicks will go to the line. 1:37 remaining in this third quarter. Hubert Davis will shoot the technical foul, making his first appearance at the line. Charlotte up 83-66. This is a Charlotte team that has lost its last 3, losing at home to Atlanta, losing to the Lakers, beaten by the Timberwolves by 17. Good play by Parrish to break it up.
Looked like the ball went out off Ewing. The fans reacting hard that way, but the official had a better view.
Double team on Ewing as Burrell comes over. Hopper for 3. He's been very quiet. Hopper with only his 4th shot of the night. He's 1 for 4. Nice ball movement. Burrell for 3. And obviously feeling much better about that shot.
Boy, what a show by Scott Burrell. 5 out of 9 from the field. As we said earlier, he came into this game with no confidence in his outside shot.
John Starks again hitting from downtown. Hornets 86 and the Knicks 69. Starks is hit 6 of 12. He has 21 points to lead the Knicks. Ewing with 19. Larry Johnson, high man for the Hornets with 31. That's a season high for Johnson. And Curry is hit on the reach-in by Starks. Non-shooting foul. The Knicks with their 4th team foul. The Hornets are over the limit. And here's Michael Adams replacing Muggsy Bogues. 10 points, 11 assists for Bogues. An outstanding night. 35 seconds left in the third. Curry with very little room. Quick release by Del Curry. And the Hornets are up 88-69. Starks chased by Mourning, goes to the reverse. Mason not able to hit, and a foul is called. John Starks went flying, helped up by Derek Hopper, but he's all right.
Mason working hard on the offensive boards, drew that foul.
Two shots for Mason, who is 2 for 4 from the line. 8 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the third. And here comes Muggsy back in. He is the desperation shot specialist. At the end of the first, he hit that wild 3-pointer off glass. He got the shot off at halftime, but was not able to hit. Let's see what is in store here. Final seconds, third quarter. Muggsy certainly able to create. Mourning. Curry missed the tip. So after 3, it's the Hornets 88 and the Knicks 71. Everybody limbo!
Nobody does it exactly like Hurst.
You can join the Knicks on the road February 2nd through February 5th in Orlando when they take on the Magic. The road trip package includes round-trip air, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, Disney park passes, and much more. For more information on this and other Knicks road trips, presented by Dime Savings Bank, call Unique Events at 212-268-8844.
Well, for those of you who may have just joined us, that is Knicks assistant coach Jeff Van Gundy, who has taken over for Pat Riley, who was ejected late in the third quarter. Second time he has been ejected as a Knicks coach. The last time in a game at Milwaukee, February of '93, 2 years ago. Game that was won by the Knicks by 1 point. Curry with the block, kept alive, but it's a 24-second violation.
Well, the Knicks with a 7-game road winning streak on the line, now into the fourth quarter, trailing the Charlotte Hornets big. And Charlotte, after 3 quarters, when they have the lead this year, is 21-3. So the Knicks are facing very tough odds.
Foul called on Parrish. That's number 4 on Parrish. The Knicks with Charles Smith and Anthony Mason as the 2 big men, and they go with 3 guards, Hubert Davis, John Starks, and Derek Harper, in an effort to shoot their way back. Starks for 3. John Starks having an excellent shooting ball game. 7 of 14 from the field. He has 24 points. Here's Curry. Not a good shot by Curry. Save handled by Davis. Starks fouled, hit by Adams. John Starks has hit on 6 of 8 from downtown. So 6 of his 7 field goals have been 3-pointers. And the Knicks are now down by 14 off an 8-2 run. Much time remaining. Only 1:10 gone by in the fourth. Mason passed on the shot. They're trying to set up Starks. Shot clock at 7. Here's Mason curling in. And the Knicks are very much alive. It is down to a 12-point Charlotte lead. Michael Adams handling against Derek Harper. Curry comes off the pick. Lost it off his foot. Starks put Curry back. Starks on the spin. Is hit by Curry.
Well, the hustle and effectiveness of John Starks and the energy of Anthony Mason seem to be driving this team forward now. And some imperfections by Charlotte are giving the Knicks opportunities. These imperfections didn't exist through 3 quarters.
Starks got the step. And Burrell called for the foul. John Starks now having one of those games. Very difficult to stop. Always an explosive player. He certainly had his ups and downs, but he is sky high right here. And Jeff Van Gundy hopeful that Starks will continue to carry the Knicks back. They've cut it to a 12-point lead. They've been down by as many as 22. But this time the foul called on Starks. It's an offensive foul.
Meanwhile, Patrick Ewing with only 2 fouls on the bench now. I would think in a short time he'll be back.
John Starks called for his 4th foul. Mourning, working against Smith. Did not like the hand check. And the foul is called. It's on Smith. So that's the first on Smith.
Charles Smith wondering what he did. He's the one who took the shot from Mourning, and he just hung in there while Mourning rolled to the basket.
And Patrick Ewing is back on the floor. He comes on for Anthony Mason. Mason with 12 points, 7 rebounds. Nice pass. Good recovery, though, by the Knicks. Davis for Starks. Ewing. And the rebound handled by the combination of Adams and Hawkins.
Patrick never seems to have a lot of success going to the basket against Mourning, which puts great pressure on that jump shot. But when you're down big to a team, you know, you always hear a coach say, let's not try and do it all at once. Let's just try and get it to 10. The Knicks were a basket away from getting it to 10 points.
A foul on Hopper, his third. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Now Larry Johnson head faking his way on Charles Smith. Does not have the shot. And now goes to the fadeaway.
You were saying, Mark.
Well, that was a terrific fourth or fifth option by Johnson. He did not want to shoot the ball and then popped it home. 33 for Johnson. And the Hornets lead by 14. Patrick Ewing. Ewing has 21. The Hornets 90 and the Knicks 78. Charlotte has won the last 2 and 4 of the last 5 against the Knicks. Here's Mourning getting inside. Alonzo Mourning with 21.
Jeff Van Gundy signaling for Anthony Mason to come ready to get back in.
Short rest for Mason. Starks call for steps. Over anxious to set up for the 3, and no argument on that call. Now Mason replacing Smith. Charles Smith, only 2 of 9, sits down with 6 points. The Knicks with a 6-game win streak on the line. They've taken 14 of the last 15. Adams on the penetration. Mourning working hard and is rejected by Ewing.
One thing Alonzo doesn't do when he's around the basket and has the ball, and that is pass it back out.
Yes, that is one of the flaws of his game that the Hornets try to improve. Friendly rim for Anthony Mason.
Larry Johnson mastered the fall-away jump shot. Anthony Mason is doing a good job emulating that.
So the Hornets take a timeout. The Knicks are within 12.
How incredible are the savings at your Eagle dealer? We'll find out today at the home of Mike Stocker. It's been 12 straight hours of television for Mike. Mike! In a minute, dear. Watch this.
Now get up to $1,100 off Eagle Vision TSI with a 24-valve V6, available traction control, leather-trimmed seats, and CD player. Hurry in while they last.
Boy, I'd like to take the Eagle test drive. The car's right outside.
Oh, thought he'd never leave.
Test drive a Vision at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Try to keep things clean.
Why?
Because I said so.
When you fill up with Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline,
Don't bounce
you put years of detergent know-how into your engine.
Wash the windows. Keep your fingers off the glass.
Square feet. It's 9 stories high. In fact, Alonzo Mourning is 9 stories high by himself. It's the dedication ceremonies. Muggsy Bogues goes 5 stories high. I'm sure he likes that, right? And Mourning's eyes, I'm told, are 4 feet high in this mural. It took 8 weeks to paint by 2 people. The project funded by the Hornets and one of their sponsors, located prominently in the downtown Charlotte area. The Knicks, down by as many as 22 points, are now trailing by only 12. And let's see if the defense can come on in the fourth quarter. Well, Alonzo Mourning able to hit. The Knicks in recent games during this good stretch have picked it up defensively in the fourth quarter.
Fine left-handed delivery by Mourning.
And Jeff Van Gundy has gone back to Doug Christie. Pat Riley went to Christie in the third quarter, and Christie is back on the floor. Here's Mason. Rebounded by Parrish. Robert Parrish getting the playing time tonight, and hearing the chant of Chief from the crowd. Parrish played only 1 minute in the Hornets' last game against the Hawks on Wednesday. 6.5 remaining of the fourth. Good play by Christie to knock it away. And at least 4 on the shot clock. It looks like Alan Bristow wants a 20-second timeout. And when we pick it up, it will be Charlotte ball with only 4 seconds on the 24.
In talking to the 41-year-old Robert Parrish before the game, Marv, I noted that he is a certain amount of games away from being the all-time leader in NBA games played. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has that record, but Robert, if he plays this season and next season, will pass Kareem. Take a look at his record in the NBA, 19 years. He's 107 games away from tying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and passing him, and that could happen next season.
After 14 years with the Celtics, signed with Charlotte as a free agent, signed a 2-year deal with an option for a 3rd. Shot clock running down, and a traveling violation called on Mourning.
These are the kinds of things that did not happen to Charlotte in the first half. Charlotte only had 4 turnovers in the first half of the game.
Ewing putting the move on Mourning. And it's handled by Hawkins.
There's a good example of the spring in Larry Johnson's legs. That was the big question mark. Can he jump like he used to? They say he can't with the thrust going to the basket, but he certainly made up for it, and he does have some spring.
Yeah, it's not the same explosion that we saw when he first entered the league 4 years ago. He's doing it primarily with jump shots. That time came up short, but Bogues able to hustle it down.
Yes, the Knicks had control, but Muggsy took it right out of Ewing's hands.
Charlotte with the ball. They lead by 14. Johnson for 3. 36 points to equal a career high. And a timeout called by the Knicks. It's a 20-second timeout. So Larry Johnson with his 5th three-pointer. He's hit 5 of 6 from downtown.
Well, Larry enjoys the passing, too, of Muggsy Bogues tonight, who now has 12 assists. Muggsy, the league's all-time leader in assist-to-turnover ratio, meaning translating to 5 assists for 1 turnover. This year is even doing better at 6-to-1. And in tonight's game, he has 12 assists and 2 turnovers. So he's right on target once again to be the best in the NBA at the amount of assists versus turnovers.
And the Hornets have hit 12 of 17 from three-point range. They're 4th in the NBA in that department. Patrick Ewing beating Alonzo Mourning. For a good stretch, they led the league in three-point shooting, but they had a recent poor stretch. On fire here tonight from downtown. They lead 97-82. And Starks picks up the foul. That's his 5th. For the Knicks, their 3rd team foul. Charlotte has 4. Minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Now Johnson played by Smith with help from Harper. Mourning from deep. Rebound Parrish using the size advantage to reach over Mason. And a new 24 provided for Charlotte. Check indicated on Harper. That is number 4 on Derek. The Knicks' 4th team foul. Coming into tonight, the Charlotte Hornets, 2 games behind the surprising Cleveland Cavaliers, who somehow won 3 in a row. Charlotte 1 game in front of Indiana. Mason. Starks for three. And again, it's Parrish on the rebound. Hornets 97. And the Knicks 82. Shot clock at 5. Johnson for three. Way off. Got a piece of the glass. Harper for... That's a two-point shot indicated, but did not fall.
Well, the Knicks now at 41% from the field for the game.
Knicks had their opportunity, but a couple of times down court midway through the fourth could not score. And the Hornets, with that 15-point lead and 3:18 remaining, seem to be comfortably in front as far as the...
The Rangers hit the road to take on Joe Sakic and the Quebec Nordiques Saturday night, right here on MSG.
Nobody beats Long Island Diamond prices. My dad got my mom's ring here.
Long Island Diamond saves you a lot of money.
We got the diamond we wanted at the price we wanted.
Long Island Diamond has a world-class selection of all sizes, shapes, and price ranges.
If you're shopping around for a new car, it makes perfect sense to visit the one dealership that displays the most popular brands. Hi, I'm Bob Neisner for all my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep in Roslyn. Whether you want to buy or lease a brand new Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, or Eagle, you're sure to find what you're looking for when you visit East Hills Chrysler Jeep. It's the one place you'll find a complete inventory without disappointment. And when it comes to price, you'll find my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep very, very customer friendly.
Evian Indoor AVP Pro Beach Volleyball Tour, February 25th. See top AVP teams battle for $250,000. Don't miss this all-day winter beach fest with live music and more. The Evian Indoor AVP Pro Beach Volleyball Tour at Madison Square Garden, Saturday, February 25th. It may be cold outside, but you can still spend a day at the beach. Get tickets now. Presented by Minota and the Tri-State GMC Truck Dealers.
Well, the Knicks have been the talk of the league in three-point shooting lately, but thanks to our AT&T long-distance shooting presentation, you see how good the Hornets are tonight. 12 out of 18, 67%. One of the interesting things about Charlotte is Hawkins, Curry, and Scott Burrell make up the Charlotte team's only club with a trio of players shooting 40% or more from three-point range. And as you were saying a moment ago, Marv, this is a terrific three-point shooting team. Those three demonstrated, and they've all come back strong tonight. That's an area that they've been suffering in lately, the three-point shooting.
Percy Hawkins called for the foul, and John Starks will go to the line. If the Hornets hold on, they will move within a game of first place Cleveland. The Cavaliers beaten by Portland tonight, losing by 10.
It's also foul shooting where they excel as well.
Yes, they are the top free throw shooting team in the NBA, shooting 79% from the line. Hornets 97 and the Knicks 84 as we come up on 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Knicks try to trap Bogues. Larry Johnson equaling a career high with 36 points. Alonzo Mourning has 23. John Starks leading the Knicks with 26. Bogues. And touched by Mourning, out of bounds. And Alonzo hears it from the crowd for the hustle.
Another area where Charlotte excels is in turnovers. They have the fewest per game of any team in the NBA at 14.8. Right now they have 11 turnovers.
Ewing. Well, Patrick Ewing hitting on the drop step. 25 for Ewing. And the Hornets lead by 11. Foul on Mason with 2:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. So the Knicks are still alive. 11-point lead, but the clock is stopped, and Bogues to the line.
Well, Muggsy Bogues has gone through his career. I know certainly the earlier part of his career with people saying he's a terrific player, but he really shouldn't be our starting point guard. He's just too small. He gives up too much. Well, if that's the case, that opinion has certainly been forced to change lately, because this guy is still doing a terrific job, and he hasn't been burned by the Knicks point guards to the point where he's been severely outplayed tonight.
I think the feeling is if you were coming off the bench providing a change of pace, and probably certainly defensively, and Bogues comes up with a steal, but defensively it would make Charlotte a better club, because it means a lot of double teaming, as your old coach Johnny Bach was telling us prior to the game. Parrish is fouled.
Well, if that's the case, you know, a game like tonight, I guess, is the exception, because the Knicks, in such a down effort, haven't been able to exploit Muggsy in the slightest.
So Parrish to the free throw line. Robert Parrish, 7 rebounds tonight, not doing it offensively. 1 of 4 from the field, and 0 for 1 at the line.
I was talking to Parrish about Larry Bird before, Marv. I said, I've just got to believe Larry is shooting a basketball, even though he's not in the NBA anymore. Parrish, with a big smile, said he agreed. Larry Bird loves the game so much. It's hard to imagine him not playing basketball these days.
Timeout is called with 1:55 remaining on the fourth.
Yeah, they all look.
The Golden State Warriors, a team that has had all kinds of problems, will be welcome to Madison Square Garden. Tuesday night will be on hand starting at 7 with Knicks game night. The Knicks did lose, though, in the earlier meeting, losing to the Warriors in mid-November, 109-107. And John, you can recall the impression that we and all the Knicks players had after seeing Golden State. There was talk of this team being a championship contender, and then, of course, it all went bad. In fact, we were there the day the Chris Webber trade was announced.
Yes, the Chris Webber parting seemed to take some of the heart out of that team, but they still have Tim Hardaway and Latrell Sprewell, who was a first-team NBA All-Star last year's All-NBA, at a some dynamite backcourt they presented.
Starks, and rebounded by David Wingate, who was on the floor for the first time. Hornets 98 and the Knicks 86. Larry Johnson. Hornets in no hurry. Using the clock, Hersey Hawkins takes a bump. Foul on Mason. The Knicks have 2 timeouts remaining. The Hornets with 3 left. Minute 27 to go in this fourth quarter, and Hersey Hawkins, who is one of several, as you saw a moment ago, several outstanding free throw shooters on this team. Hersey in his 7th year out of Bradley, spent 5 years with the Sixers. This is his 2nd season with Charlotte. For Hawkins, and the Hornets with a 100-86 advantage. Davis looking for Ewing and concerned that Mourning was coming across, threw it away, and Charlotte will get it back. Here comes Del Curry. And he replaces Larry Johnson. And the crowd booing because they want to see Johnson continue to score, sitting down with 36, which equals a career high. Here's Wingate. Starks. And he caught his own shot. It's a traveling violation. In effect, a pass to himself. And it could be a delay of game, yes. John Starks not giving the ball back quick enough. And he's called for a delay of game. Now, Monty Williams looking to check in. Here he comes. Replacing Patrick Ewing, who departs with 25 points and 10 rebounds. So the Knicks road win streak will come to a close at 7. Crowd is chanting for Larry Johnson, the chant of LJ. And Johnson is back at the scorer's table with 46 seconds remaining.
Well, he is Mr. Popularity here.
of 21. He's at 5 from downtown. 36 points for Johnson, who goes right at Mason and fires for 3 and hits. And that is a career high for Larry Johnson. 39 points. What a performance by the 4-year player from Nevada, Las Vegas. Standing ovation for Larry Johnson. 6 3-pointers. 15 of 22 overall. Mason. Monty Williams. And he's fouled by David Wingate.
Larry certainly with a great sense of theater, and his coach Alan Bristow feeling it as well, sending Larry back in for that special moment in his career.
Monty Williams at the line for the first time.
I'll tell you, Marv, that guy just proved tonight he's worth 84 million big ones.
Absolutely.
Face of the NBA changing as far as pay to players when Larry Johnson got that big contract.
So the Hornets with a 103-88 lead. Johnson with a career high 39 points, career high 6 3-pointers. Hopper on the foul.
Muggsy was having some fun there, dribbling the ball about 1 inch off the ground, and Harper stayed with him, competed, tried to steal it, committed the foul.
And Alan Bristow has to be delighted with the way his club has come back here tonight. He was very upset about the lack of energy in recent games. They lost 3 straight, lost 2 straight at home. Alonzo Mourning hearing the cheers as he sits down with 23 points on 10 of 19 shooting, plus 7 rebounds. 10 seconds to go. 105-88. Williams. Final seconds. The Hornets 105 and the Knicks 90. And that is the final score. For the Knicks, it's the end of the win streak at 6. And they are now 26-14, so they drop 7 games behind Orlando. The Magic off tonight. They'll be home for the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night, while Charlotte pulls within 1 game of Cleveland with a record of 25-16. Cleveland losing earlier this evening at home to Portland. Well, the Knicks, who had won 7 straight on the road, are beaten here in Charlotte. And we'll be back with the recap right after this. Ejected in the 3rd quarter. Jeff Van Gundy took over. Knicks made a couple of runs, but Charlotte able to hold on to win it by 15 points. We'll be back with more from Charlotte in just a couple of minutes. Right now, let's check in with Mike Crispino.
All right, thanks very much, Marv. The Knicks had a couple of streaks on the line tonight. As you mentioned, they had won 6 in a row, 14 of 15 overall. and a remarkable 7 games in a row on the road. But the Hornets, who handled the Knicks at the Garden in November, did the same tonight. They came out breathing fire, opened up a 17-point halftime lead. And as Larry Johnson set a new career high mark of 39 points, the Knicks were never able to catch Charlotte. Alan Bristow's team has played well of late. After winning 10 of 11, had lost 3 in a row, but defensively they've been playing better, and they opened up a 22-9 lead. You could see trouble was brewing, pulling up and hitting Hershey Hawkins a 3, and a big lead early for Charlotte. Later, Alonzo inside on Patrick, creates the contact, makes the hook. Ewing goes ballistic, gets the technical foul, and Charlotte has a 26-12 lead. Then on the break, Johnson to Muggsy. The alley-oop back to LJ, running it perfectly one-handed, 31-15. Johnson 25 in the first half on 10 of 14 shooting. Pat Riley had no answers tonight for him. Late in the first, here's a long three-pointer from Ewing. He had 25 in the game, just 3.3 seconds left in the first, but then Bogues back the other way, banked it home, a 34-18 lead for the Hornets, and they were on fire. In the second quarter, Alonzo Mourning will chip in. He can shoot a 3, too. Look at him. Big 6-foot 10-incher out of the Georgetown University, made it 61-40. It was a 17-point lead at halftime. That's Doug Christie. Don't recognize him. Hasn't been playing much, but helps create a steal. On the run, John Stark smashes it home, and the Knicks had cut the lead down to 16 points. But again, outside they go. It is Hawkins for 3 from Muggsy. Pat Riley chases the official down, has a few words, one technical, and then he's out. 77-57, just his second ejection as a New York Knicks coach. The Knicks down by 20, eventually cut it to 12. Was not enough. The Hornets led by 18 after 3. Johnson unstoppable. 90-76 with Jeff Van Gundy doing the coaching now. It's 92-80. Mason getting the ball and the bounce here. Still time, but Larry Johnson unstoppable tonight. Three-pointer from here. He left the game. Alan Bristow put him back in, gave him another shot to shoot a 3. He did. 15 of 23, 6 threes, 39 points, a career high tonight for Johnson in the victory over the New York Knicks. Now to the Nets story. They're in Denver tonight. They haven't won there since 1982. That's a streak of 11 straight games. They've been pushovers all those years there, and they're trailing now 49-41 as they play in the third quarter of action. All right, Phoenix Suns, second-best team in the league record-wise, on a sweep up the East Coast, stopping tonight in Philadelphia before arriving for a Super Bowl Sunday showdown with the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. They hold off the Philadelphia 76ers 108-107. Dana Barros had 39 tonight, 25 for Dan Marley. That was the difference. Danny Ainge with a free throw in the final seconds of the game. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, Celtics, a tremendous fourth quarter for them, holding the Warriors to 11 points. Greg Minor, a career high tonight. Eric Montross had 18 in the victory. Portland over Cleveland, 87-77. Drexler had 20 tonight. Portland has now won 8 of 12, 4 of 5. They outscored Cleveland 28-11 in the third quarter. Other games being played, Milwaukee, the Heat on top of Miami's Heat on top of Milwaukee, 66-62. Billy Owens a good start with 17 points, and Minnesota on top of Dallas and doing the job, 94-77. We'll have more in the aftermath of the Hornets' victory over the New York Knicks here on MSG after these words.
Right now, Carvel's got the perfect way to kick off the big game. Just catch this great deal and get a Carvel football cake for just $6.99. Carvel, everything should be made of ice cream.
These days, people who really understand money
cassette, computer, CD, and camera. Everything. And here's the Nobody Beats the Wiz Challenge. If it's not on sale Saturday, it's yours free. This Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Our one and only one-day sale. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Right now, Carvel's got the perfect way to kick off the big game. Just catch this great deal and get a Carvel football cake for just $6.99. Carvel, everything should be made of ice cream.
Welcome back to Charlotte, where the Hornets have defeated the Knicks 105-90. A number of standouts for the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Larry Johnson, 39 points. Alonzo Mourning, 23. And Muggsy Bogues, 13 points and 12 assists. One of his 12 assists. Nice setup. Able to find Scott Burrell, who relocated his shooting touch. 5 of 9, 13 points for Burrell. And a happy Muggsy Bogues alongside John Andres. John?
Thank you, Marv. Well, Muggsy, your team came in tonight losing the last 3. It seemed that you were down. The defensive intensity wasn't there. The outside shooting wasn't there. What did the Knicks decide the Knicks do to this team to change things?
Well, we wanted to come out aggressive and get our running game going. I think over the last week and a half, we just haven't been playing good basketball. We're making terrible decisions, and we haven't doing it defensively. Tonight, we really jumped on New York and did it defensively, and that generated our offense.
It's interesting how the side of a good team sometimes can shake you and test you in a sense. Instead of the team running over you, because the Knicks are playing very well, as you know, coming in, your team rose to the occasion. What was Alan Bristow stressing? What was the main point he wanted your team to do to begin this game?
Well, he really wanted us to dictate the tempo. We know New York like to control the tempo and like play that slow down basketball, but we figured we could force the tempo, create some turnovers, and get our running game going. Good things going to happen for us, and then we had some great players out of Alonzo and Larry Johnson.
Muggsy, I know we got a little distraction going on here. There's a Tyrone Muggsy Bogues Jr. running around here now. Is he an aspiring player?
He's a little jitterbug, boy. He's really fun to watch at home, and he just gets me pumped up. He keeps me on my toes.
Has he discovered the sport of basketball?
Yeah, he thinks he's Alonzo Mourning. He asked me, Daddy, why Alonzo can dunk and you can't dunk?
Now, Muggsy, it seems to me I remember you getting up around that rim in time gone by. Have you ever dunked the ball?
Well, I never really truly dunked the ball in the game, but I can get up there and throw it in. It's just a matter of timing it perfect.
I've seen you do it in practice, and that's pretty amazing. So you've got a budding star in your hands right in your own house. Muggsy, the time was the Knicks and Charlotte would get together, and your goal would be to play it close. Things have changed now in the relationship between these two teams. Now with your second win in a row over the Knicks this year, the mental picture on your team has to be quite different when you face the Knicks.
Definitely. We believe that we can play with the Knicks or probably take it up to another level. We feel that, we don't fear New York like in the past. I think we was real tentative against New York. Because I'm talking on the mic. I'll be back. Yeah, but we felt that, we haven't been tentative against them over the last couple of years. I think it started in the playoffs 2 years ago, and we really feel that we can compete with those guys.
Well, it's getting crowded out here now. A lot of hams in the audience, Muggs. We want to thank you very much for coming out, and congratulations on a terrific effort.
Thanks for having me.
Let's go back to Marv Albert.
All right, thank you, John, our camp counselor, chatting with Muggsy Bogues, who's hearing it from the crowd as he heads back to the Charlotte dressing room as the Hornets stop the 3-game losing streak. They're now 25-16, and the Knicks are stopped. They had won 6 in a row coming into tonight. The Knicks are now 26-14. The Knicks back home on Sunday afternoon to go up against the Phoenix Suns. And then Tuesday, they'll face the Golden State Warriors. Sunday, an NBC game. Tuesday, will be back to MSG coverage. Next game night starting at 7 and game time at 7:30. The Knicks post-game report is coming up. The question is, will it be Pat Riley or Jeff Van Gundy, who took over for the ejected Pat, handling the Q&A on the post-game show. Madison Square Garden announcers' clothing is provided by Perry Ellis Menswear. Marv Albert with John Andres. Back in a moment with more from Charlotte.
New York Knicks basketball has been brought to you by Ice Draft. Taste the future of draft beer. New ice brewed Ice Draft from Budweiser. By Old Spice High Endurance Deodorant and alcohol-free sensitive aftershave. By AT&T International Business Services. Let AT&T work for you. By the Discover Card. It pays to discover the card that pays you back. And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
See track and field.
Knicks had a couple of runs at it, but Charlotte able to hold on. As we check out the leading scorers summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. Career high 39 points for Larry Johnson. 41 minutes for Johnson. 15 of 22 from the field. 6 of 8 from three-point land. For the 39, Alonzo Mourning played 42 minutes. He was 10 of 19. He hit one from downtown. He finished with 23. Muggsy Bogues, 13 points, along with 12 assists. Scott Burrell, 5 of 9, 13 points. Coming out of his slump, Hersey Hawkins with 10. While the Knicks were led by John Stark, 7 of 16 from the field, 6 of the 7 from three-point range, 26 for Starks, 25 for Ewing, who in 40 minutes connected on 10 of 18. Anthony Mason, 14 points, along with 11 rebounds. Knicks shooting just under 41%. We give them the benefit of the doubt. John carrying out the fraction, 31 of 76. Let me see, quick mathematics. Make it 41% from the field, and that is being kind. 53% shooting by the Hornets on 39 of 74. A sensational shooting night for Charlotte. And in the rebounding department, the Knicks with the edge, 43 to 34. It's probably one of those situations after seeing the Knicks go up against the Clippers last night where there were people on the Knicks squad, particularly the coaching staff, who said we could see this coming. With Phoenix on hand on Sunday, not a good sign, because the Phoenix Suns, who incidentally I'm told won by 1 in Philly tonight, and certainly one of the best teams in the NBA, providing a more formidable opposition for the Knicks on Sunday.
Well, if you're a coach, you don't like trends, Marv. One of the bad trends for the Knicks, despite winning 14 of 15 coming in tonight, is their shooting. Tonight, that 41%. Last night, it was in the 30s. The prior game against Portland, low 40s. Bad trend there of shooting the basketball. Their defensive intensity wasn't there tonight. Last night wasn't so hot, as you said earlier, against Portland. When the Knicks came into practice Wednesday, they were high because they had won the game. But the coaching staff has to be a little concerned now. The quality of play, the execution hasn't been that good lately, despite the fact that they've been winning. But that's the job of a coach, to always keep pressing that button and keeping the team driving forward. So perhaps the side of the Phoenix Suns will lift the play of the Knicks, and they'll get back to that intensity level they need to get back to.
And it will be Pat Riley facing the media. He was ejected during the course of the third quarter. Only the second time as head coach of the Knicks that he has been tossed, and assistant Jeff Van Gundy took over. But we'll hear from Pat and his views on what took place here tonight when we come back.
The New York Knicks postgame report is brought to you by Citibank. For banking anytime, anywhere, any way you choose. At Citibank, the city never sleeps.
Just a reminder, if you're talking basketball,
Give me the rock, baby! Oh, yeah.
Foot Locker knows exactly what you mean. Sort of. Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Thank you!
In sport, you better know where your X's and O's are. It's no different in business. So call Sharp for this new winning game plan video. He'll show you how to get the plain paper facts with the lowest cost per copy. Because nothing beats winning.
Well, the Charlotte Hornets make it 3 straight wins over the Knicks. 5 of the last 6. They've won both meetings against the Knicks this season. For Pat Riley's point of view on what took place here tonight, let's check in with Pat as he is quizzed by the media.
It was just absolutely a debacle, you know, a total loss. They were ready and raring to go, and you know, right from the get-go. We played last night. They're coming off 3 consecutive losses. They were just so much more into it, so much more energy and effort that there was no shot from the beginning. There really wasn't. You know, we just they played great, and we played lethargic and heavy and disinterested. We never really competed at all. And, you know, just did not show up, did not show. Right from the get-go, first quarter. We had 17 points in the first half on layups and transition. It was just, you know, we just did not do anything as a team. So, just took the loss, basically.
It's not the first time that team has done it to you, though. Why is it that this team is always so prepared for you guys so well?
Well, they caught us right. I mean, they caught us good, you know. The games that we've lost against them, I mean, all of the games that we've lost lately, and they got our number. I mean, we've lost very close games. Most of the games have been very close, very hotly contested games, at least I think the ones at the Garden have. And, but we weren't into it. When you're not into it, when you're not into it against a team that's good and lost 3 in a row, they're going to roll over you, which is what they did. They did anything they wanted to do. Well, you know, I mean, you know, you can wave the flag as much as you want, but, you know, but the only incentive is, and motivation is to go back and say, we don't want to go back to the way it was when we were 12 and 12. I mean, you got to remember what that was like. And you got to not want to go back there so much that you'll never do what you did tonight. Not show. Just did not show up. Now, I might have been watching the wrong game, but that's what I saw from the get-go. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you got to step up and compete. And we didn't compete. There wasn't one hard play we made all night long. Not one. Hard play. We made plays, but we didn't make one hard play all night. So, you know. Yeah, you worry about somewhere you're going to get one like that, so I hope this is the last. I mean, there's no other analysis of the game. I mean, they were just superior.
Those 2 technicals came really, really quick. Were you surprised that they were so...
Yeah, I was pretty surprised it was quick, you know, but sometimes you earn your second one, you know, it takes a little longer to get your second one. There wasn't any motivation for me to get thrown out of the game. You know, but it was pretty quick on the second one.
So you weren't ready?
It looked worse on the television. But anyways, you know, that's beside the point.
What was Doug there? I guess just trying to get some...
Hey, listen, you know, when it gets like that, you know, and you start, you know, just looking for anybody who had energy. Anybody who was willing to just to play with some quickness and some energy, you know, we were just a dead team tonight. And it manifested itself in a lot of different ways. So, I mean, whatever excuse you want to use, you can use. That was the reality of the game.
You talk about making hard plays. Could anything have been done differently against LJ? Slow him down and do anything?
Well, you know, the guy was on fire, first of all, from the parking lot. I mean, he was on fire. So, I mean, I thought we could contain him a little bit in the post, but when they begin to stretch it and he's letting it fly and they're dropping, you know, so, I mean, he has the ability to shoot the ball from out there. We just didn't get to him quick enough. And when he was spotting up out there and staring us down, we didn't get up into him. You know, we just sort of let him gap step us. You know, but what the hell, we gave him an encore, too. You know, we had a second curtain call for him. You know, brought him back in. Everybody knew why he was coming back in. The old Knicks wouldn't let that happen. You know, but, so what does he do? He backs up and shoots another 3. So it was good. He had a great game. He simply is a great player with he had a great game. We didn't have anybody could handle him tonight. And, you know, he's beaten us twice in a row. So, I mean, the guy is a hell of a player. And he's getting better and better because he's stretching you with his shot now. And when you talk about before the game, and we make this point, no airspace. We say no airspace. You say that to them before the game, no airspace. In other words, you got to get up on them and make them put it on the floor. And when you give them airspace left and right, and that's all you can do as a coach is say no airspace. And then you give them airspace, it's good. So good.
You could pretty much see right away it was going to be one of those nights, couldn't you?
I could see it was going to be one of those nights from our defensive transition. That's where you could see it. Forget about the misses. I mean, they were just running. Guys were open left and right in transition because we just did not get back and run hard to get back. So.
Do you want you guys to remember that encore?
I think they probably will. But hey, you know, some nights you get your head handed to you. And if you willingly want to get your head handed to you, then so be it. That's not the character that we want.
You think that the fact that Phoenix coming in on Sunday will be serve as a wake-up call? Sort of?
I hope so. You know, I mean, in the last 3 games, okay, we've had 11 minutes of basketball, period. And that was against Portland when we were down 12. In the last 3 games, we've played hard in 11 minutes. That's concerning. I just hope it's not a disease. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, certainly candid comments from Knicks coach Pat Riley saying the Knicks were lethargic, heavy, disinterested. Said the Knicks did not show up. And as you just heard, he said the last 3 games the Knicks have played hard basketball for a total of 11 minutes. We'll be right back.
If you're shopping around for a new car, it makes perfect sense to visit the one dealership that displays the most popular brands. Hi, I'm Bob Neisner for all my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep in Roslyn. Whether you want to buy or lease a brand new Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, or Eagle, you're sure to find what you're looking for when you visit East Hills Chrysler Jeep. It's the one place you'll find a complete inventory without disappointment. And when it comes to price, you'll find my friends at East Hills Chrysler Jeep very, very customer friendly.
Looking to have some remodeling work done in your home or office? Then call 1-800-REMODEL today and get in touch with the experienced people at Jarrow Building Industries. When you call Jarrow at 1-800-REMODEL, you'll be working with talented professionals who will take you through every critical step of your remodeling project, designed to fit your budget. Jarrow Builders has been providing quality remodeling work for over 29 years and offers a 3-year warranty on workmanship and materials. Call Jarrow Builders today at 1-800-REMODEL and begin to work with the best.
Nobody beats Long Island Diamond prices. My dad got my mom's ring here.
Long Island Diamond saves you a lot of money.
We got the diamond we wanted at the price we wanted.
Long Island Diamond has a world-class selection of all sizes, shapes, and
Do you suffer from poor sleep? Are you plagued by bed-caused aches and pains?
And career high 39 points. The Hornets 105 and the Knicks 90. Let's check in again with Mike Crispino at the MSG Sports Desk.
Thanks very much, Mark. Coming up later from the MSG Sports Desk, we'll have a number of stories for you. The Nets are in Denver trying to snap an 11-game losing streak at McNichols Arena. We'll have some highlights on that. The NHL, the Islanders are unbeaten to start the season. In their first 3, they are playing the winless Caps in Washington. They fell behind 2-0. We'll have an update on what happened in that game. Final preparations for Super Bowl 29 to be played at Joe Robbie Stadium on Sunday night. We'll hear from both coaches in that game, Bobby Ross, of course, and George Seifert. And it's already tomorrow down under the Australian Women's Open tennis final being played. Mary Pierce against the #1 woman in the world, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. We'll tell you about that story as well. And a near record-breaking performance today in Scottsdale, Arizona in the Phoenix Open by Ben Crenshaw. He and Hale Irwin are staging a great duel for the #1 spot and the lead after 2 rounds of that golf tournament. That and much, much more coming up from the MSG Sports Desk later. We hope you can join us.
Everybody limbo!
Guests receive the American Express gift check. Think of it as a universal certificate that can be used to buy anything just about anywhere. Gift checks are available where American Express travelers' checks are sold. Guests also receive gifts by Carl Kanai. Inspired by the streets of Brooklyn, Carl Kanai footwear is available at Dr. J's. Recognize the collection that symbolizes unity and power, Carl Kanai. Tonight's guests also receive dinner for 2 at Martini's Restaurant. Located at 53rd and 7th Avenue, an Italian trattoria with New York City's largest outdoor cafe. Another fine Reese restaurant. And some of our guests receive a watch from Fendi. The 900 series, registered Italian design, finely crafted in Switzerland with a quartz movement for precision timekeeping. Water resistant to 165 feet. The Fendi Timepiece Collection, available at Macy's and other fine department and jewelry stores.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning.
Nothing like that feeling.
It's worth everything.
$21, $24, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $43, $49, $56, $58, $59, $60, $62, $76, and $79. Pick 10 out of the 20 winning numbers drawn and you can win a top prize of $500,000. And don't forget, Saturday's Lotto jackpot is $33 million. For the New York State Lottery, I'm Judith Ortiz. Thank you and have a good night.
Next on the MSG Sports Desk, Colonzo and LJ stinging the Knicks, mugging them in Charlotte. Pat Riley isn't around to see the final. He's given a heave-ho. Derek Coleman rejected again in Denver where the Nuggets are invincible. The Islanders are ambushed in the nation's capital. And the Chargers' only hope, number 55 must play like Superman. The Simpson trial suspended in time again. In Melbourne, they're crowning a new Australian queen. Will it be Arantxa Sanchez or Mary Pierce? The story's next. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 15-minute edition of the MSG Sports Desk. I'm Mike Crispino. No need to panic, Knicks fans. The Knicks were in a tough situation tonight. The Hornets have now beaten them twice this season. It was a tough assignment, though, back-to-back. When the back half is on the road, can be very unnerving, and it was tonight. The Knicks' legs just weren't under them early in a game seen here on MSG. They never recovered. They fell behind 22-9, and they end up losing it 105-90. And it took a career night for Larry Johnson. We'll get to him in a moment. That's Alan Bristow's team now 25-16. Muggsy Bogues had 12 assists. This is one of the pretty ones. Alley-ooping to Larry Johnson one-handed. An 18-4 run and a 31-15 lead. Pat Riley was beside himself all night long. Patrick Ewing had a nice night. 25 points, including a 3 here. 3.3 left in the first quarter, but Muggsy Bogues back the other way. Watch him break the defense down and bank it home. I heard him. He called it. 34-18, Charlotte with the lead. Later, Pat Riley got the heave-ho, ejected for just the second time as a New York Knicks coach. The tee, and out he goes. Jeff Van Gundy took over. He couldn't do anything either because Larry Johnson had the ball on a string tonight. What, are you kidding me? That's a 28-foot three-pointer. They put him back in with a minute remaining. 15 for 22, 6 threes, 105-90. The Knicks lose.
I mean, in the last 3 games, okay, we've had 11 minutes of basketball, period. And that was against Portland when we were down 12. In the last 3 games, we've played hard in 11 minutes. That's concerning.
Now to the Nets, they are 9 games under 500 and in danger of being left out of everybody's in NBA playoffs, I should say. They're trying to start something on the road. They've got a 5-game, really grinding road trip right now. They're in the 3rd game of it, trailing Denver in the 4th quarter, 87-81. They have not won there since 1982. Bush Beard's team was down at halftime. That's not a good idea when you're on the road. Watch this from Dikembe Mutombo. Inside over Benoit Benjamin, Derek Coleman, P.J. Brown.